what you will find as a game reviewer, I am extremely meticulous. One of my favorite things to do is to sit down and go into the actual code of the game. I don't do it a lot recently because I've been very busy, but man, of all the hobbies and passions and stuff that I have, this is the one that, man, I just go back to. My game channel is entirely there just to help promote my visibility. My visibility. It has nothing to do with me promoting other people's visibility. I'm not here to sell someone's brand or any of that stuff. If you want to know how I'm going to make money, you'll see once I get everything established and set up. I like to edit. I like to write. Not video editing, although I'm learning. I'm getting better, I think, maybe. If you think I'm doing better, make sure to leave a like and a subscription thingy-majigger. Those things are important, you know. I gotta mooch off you guys. I'm not 100% certain that I'm going to always be doing game reviews. However, someone threw a game my direction, and they're like, hey, you should try this out. I tried it out, and it's a good game. I'm about to say a lot of really mean, hurtful things that might make people cry, but I think that a problem we have with modern society right now is that it's been viewed as pointing out someone's failures is cruel, and it's not. You see, I would love for the developers to hear what I have to say, and I would love for the developers to listen to what I have to say, because I honestly think what they have has the potential of being one of, if not the best, game of its type ever. As a result, I should put something out here real fast just so people can look at it and be like, oh, okay. And so what you should be seeing is a big, nice little tier thingy. I'm putting together my own little tier list thing. I don't really like those. I'm not going to be doing an actual tier list review kind of thing on this video, but I am going to be setting up how I rank the different things that go into my video so that people can understand what I'm doing when I am judging this. So we have, the standard tiers, although I am going to be bringing back the F tier. I think that the F tier has received a lot of negativity, and I think we should bring it back and be like, hey, you know what? Yes, there should be an S tier for like, oh man, woo, everyone loves it. And that's what S tier is going to be, by the way. So we don't really need a lot of complexity. If a game is S tier, I should be able to say, hey, I don't care if you like romances, I don't care if you like action-adventure, I don't care if you like horror. This game is good, and you will like it, and you will play it, and you will be like, oh, wow, that's S tier. Honestly, like right now making this video, I can't think of an S tier. And I'm about to review this game and put them down pretty low on this, but honestly, like, they have the potential of not being an S tier, but A tier easily. And it's like, man, you gotta really step up if you're going to be like super tier. And I'm sorry, that's literally the definition of S, super. All right, A tier. A tier is basically going to be a little bit similar to S tier, and that, pretty much anyone will like it. There's going to be a caveat because I'm going to say, if you have an interest in that genre. Because you know what? If you have never had even the smallest interest in playing a romance drama, I am not going to recommend. You know what? I actually just had to pause there because I forgot the name of the game. It is literally the definition of everything that should go wrong with a game. I'd recommend it. If you have a modicum of interest, I would be one of those people. I have a modicum of interest. I played it and I was like, wow, they put a lot of work into this. Like, it's good. And for the life of me, I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, B tier. Guess what? If you like that genre, if you like that category, if you like that style, B tier is your ticket. In fact, it's pretty much not for everyone. It is, in fact, for a very specific group of people. Other people can enjoy it. Other people can come in and go, hey, I like this. Hey, I want to try it. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do that. Perfectly fine. This is B tier, right? A good example, in my opinion, of a B tier game would be like Morrowind. Man, I have a lot of bad things to say about Morrowind. It might actually be C tier, to be honest. Like, if we're going to pull the gloves off and actually go at it, Morrowind is buggy as all get out. And I think we all know that. It's a good game, just not perfect. and far from it. A lot of people love it, and not necessarily just RPG lovers. People love Morrowind because you can just go out there and explore. It has a huge map. So while it's technically at its core a very basic, very, very specific kind of RPG, it does kind of expand beyond that. And so that would be a good B tier example. C tier is, I like it. You can tell the people who built it want it to be beautiful, and they are trying, and they are working, but, and that is the C tier, the but tier. And that's kind of why I also mentioned Morrowind might be C tier, because, man, I'll be honest, when Morrowind came out, yeah, glad I actually knew someone who recommended it to me, because if they hadn't, I would have never played it. And if they'd never recommended it to me, I would have never fallen in love with the old days of Bethesda versus whatever it is Bethesda's become now. Anyway, C tier, right? It's good. It has major problems. Like, at the point where, you're like, okay, does the good outweigh the bad? I don't know. D tier. There is a game that I love and I enjoy because, man, it is right up my alley, and that is Vampire the Masquerade. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Oh, shoot, man, what was that name? I'll find it later and put it on the video, or fail to put it on the video. At which point it doesn't really matter. That's a great game. I love it. Is it for everyone? No. Nope. Mm-mm. Do I recommend it if you like RPGs? Probably. Depends what kind of RPG you like. There's nothing wrong with D tier. Yes, I want to make sure that is clear. I enjoy that game a lot. It doesn't mean I'm going to recommend it. In other ways, great story. I love the story. I love the options. I love the playability. It is so creative. Oh, to die for. F tier. I'm bringing back F tier because you know what? If you're going to have a super tier, you need to have a failure tier. I'm sorry. They need to exist, and it makes my little organizational scheme make more sense. Because you want to know what? There are stinkers out there that people love. You move down this rung, and then we get to F tier, which is just, what the were you on when you programmed this game, dude? Like, seriously, what the heck? And there are F tiers out there. I'm almost nervous to mention one of the games that I'm thinking of, because, yeah, that game is psycho. Like, full-on, full-bore psycho. You can look up video games of that nature, like games that should not be made. That's probably F tier. And then there's going to be 2 addendums to this, because, you know what? What kind of list would I be if I was not actually trying to contribute? And that is going to be the plus and the minus. And I'm going to add them because guess what? There are some really well-made games out there that I still despise. The good example of a minus is going to be Shadows of War. I think that's its name. Like, seriously, you hear the description of that game and you go, oh, I'm getting chills, man. I'm getting chills. And then you play the game and you go, wait, they didn't do anything new at all. It's like, man, they're like, you're going to be able to explore this big world. You're going to have these adventures. You're going to be leading an army. I'm like, heck yeah. That sounds cool. That sounds awesome. Like, who's going to complain? And then you actually play the game and you're like, what? This is the same as the first game. It's well made. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. But, man, you know what? You're getting a B minus. Because, you know what? The first game was a B, and you didn't do any real improvements, so B minus. You suck. You could have at least tried something and made it worse and ended up in a C, and I'd at least respect you for that. I mean, it's not a bad game, but it pisses me off. Because, man, you promised something. Oh, No Man's Sky when it first came out. Good example. Spore when it first came out. That would be another good example of minus games. Right? These games are ones, they present to have, you know, one thing, and you can tell there's nothing wrong with, like, the game itself, but you can also tell either they didn't try, or they suck. And I don't know which one it is. But yeah, one of them. And then you have the plus, okay? And that's actually where this game I'm going to be reviewing here is going to end up with, because it is going to end up with a plus. There are games where the game turns better. And so every time I put a plus on a game, here's what I want it to represent. If you see me do a game and I make a video and I make a review of that game and it has a plus, I am saying that I am more than happy to go back to this game and give it a better review, because I think that if the developers fix some very major concerns with the game, it could be a lot better than where it is right now. Anyway, that's my ranking.